What's up, y'all? I'm on the way back from Durham Town, and I'm gonna address a few questions I've got like 5 times this weekend, so I can stop typing responses. The best axle to run on a Rubicon, in my opinion, is the factory axles. I've ran Rhinos. I've ran all the different knockoff ones that are inner parts. They call them like an extreme or a wide open, whatever. They're all the same axle. They're all inner parts. I've ran slashers, which are also inner parts. If you actually look at the cup on a slasher, it's stamped inner parts. The shafts do look a little different. They might be beefier, but as far as I'm concerned, they're about like an inner part. They broke the same way my inner parts break, which is the shaft breaks off right inside the outer joint. So what else axles I ran? Oh, I ran the Turner Eagles, and didn't have very good luck with those in the back. They were fine in the front, but in the back they generate a lot of heat, and the spline, they have a double plunger axle, the splines where it slips onto the star piece, splines wore out. So I've run pretty much every axle out there on the Rubicon except for Gorillas, and I would say that the only ones I recommend are factory. Just buy the half shaft, reuse your inner joint, put the factory on there. Might not be the strongest, but they, as far as like, turning a large tire and not shearing shafts, but they will last the longest, because if you trail ride, they don't generate as much heat. They're more efficient. Honda uses a really good grease and really good metal compound. So yeah, I recommend Honda axles. If you're gonna run like a 32 and you want to really beef it up, maybe put like Turner Eagle 1s up front and Turner Eagle 2 Racings in the back. That's what I'm about to do. But that's like, over $500 an axle. So I don't know if you want to go that crazy with it. The factory axles are good. You just got to have some throttle control and they'll last forever, even with the locker. I haven't tried Gorillas yet, so I don't even know if Gorilla makes rear axles for them. They probably do. I know they make fronts, but I've never had good luck with any of the Gorillas I've installed on other people's bikes. Same thing with the Turners. The boots are poor quality. The boots tear, they overheat, they melt off. I've really never had any good luck with anything but factory axles. So yeah, the other question I get all the time is, what exhaust should I put on my Rubicon? I'm currently running the HMF Penland Pro. The Performance Series, I've heard from many people, and I've heard them in person, really loud and just really cheaply made. You can't rebuild them at all. You can't take the spark arresters out of them very easily. So I don't recommend the Performance Series. I do not recommend the Penland Series if you're going to ride clay. The way the pipe's designed, all the clay will get up in there and dry. And my Penland Series is pretty much a straight through right now. No flow goes through the baffling because there's so much clay. It's made like a clay tube all the way inside the pipe. So I don't recommend the Penland Series. It'll run great underwater, but after a long time, it's going to be really, really heavy and saturated with clay, and it's going to be way too loud. My buddy Kyle has the WRJC. That might not be the right letters. Some combination of 4 letters with the W and stuff like that. He's running that on his Rubicon. It sounds great. I love the sound. Not very loud. It's completely rebuildable, and it sounds spectacular. We did have to pull the spark arrestor out for clay drying up on it and stuff, but that's no big deal. So I recommend that pipe, and one of my other buddies has a Swamp Series, and it's similar to that pipe, the way it comes apart and everything, and he's very happy with it. So the 2 pipes I would recommend for the Rubicon, from just seeing them in action and hearing them, that aren't crazy loud, that you can actually rebuild yourself and have a good, nice, deep tone, is the RJWC or RWJC, I don't know, whatever that one is, and the HMF Swamp Series. Definitely not recommending the Performance Series or the Penland Series if you mud ride. An aftermarket pipe on a Honda is kind of pointless, right? Because they're not fast anyway, so why should they sound fast? But it will help running underwater idling. You'll probably never get to run as smooth as the factory tune on the Honda because it's really good. But you can get a very small amount more torque on the low end. Top end, it's a 2 valve per cylinder head. The flow isn't going to change a whole lot. On my bike, I'm running like a giant air filter that I keep really clean with the 2-inch snorkel and the full Penland system. And I do get a little bit of power gains from all those things working together, but it's not worth the $1,000+ I've spent on the filter setup, the tuner, and the pipe. The only real reason to do the pipe is if you go in really, really deep water and you want the ability to let it idle, to shift back and forth to reverse, or just let it idle because why not? But you can make a Honda run pretty good underwater with the factory pipe, and if you know how to ride a little bit, all my buddies in Florida, all they do is water ride. They don't have any issues. So I get those 2 questions about 3 or 4 times a day. So I hope this will answer that effectively.